Where you from? Boston. Oh, really? You're from Boston? What part? Come on, where you going, mama? They'll probably blame you guys. Say a couple of clams walking around with some video stuff. Typical of around here. Yes, sir. How you doing? Thank you very much. Handshake.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the People of Boston podcast. And I feel like we got to just point out the elephant in the room.
Biden's president.
Well, that's one elephant in the room. The other one is that we have a video podcast now. If you're listening to us on Spotify, which if you're not, then I would, implore that you do, because we're putting in a lot of extra work to make this happen, to have a video podcast. So, we have a video podcast that you can watch and listen to us on Spotify directly, right within the app. It's a free app. You don't have to be a member to do it. So if you like the podcast and even just want to use it, Spotify, just for the podcast so you can watch it, go ahead. I mean, and they say first impressions are the most important.
That's why we suited up.
So we've suited up. This is our first introduction when you see myself and Joe. And I'm Matt, by the way.
I'm Joe.
That's Joe, co-host, and we had to suit up and start this video podcast because it was made accessible to us. A couple things we want to point out before we get into the nitty-gritty, the people of Boston, the fun questions we ask them. We have a new website as of last week. It's called thepeopleofboston.com. If you just throw that into your browser, we have the exclusive rights to thepeopleofboston.com as a URL. So just throw that in. You'll see the most up-to-date episode. You'll see where you can follow us on social media. You'll see where you can contact us, leave us a review, send us an email. You can even leave us a voice message within the website. So I think that's a fun perk of the entire thing.
Absolutely.
Is that you can leave us a voice memo, and if you leave us a voice message through the website, we 100% promise that we will play that in an episode. And then whatever the next one is, we will play that, because I don't know how this is all going to work. I mean, if we get 1,000 of them, maybe we'll just do a whole segment of what you guys had to say. We also have the Etsy store where we have hats, hoodies, t-shirts. That's linked up on thepeopleofboston.com. Social media is on there. Video podcast only on Spotify. We're also going to on Monday take this different segments of this podcast and post it separately to YouTube and to Rumble. And Rumble's like the new YouTube.
Oh, I was going to say, what the hell's Rumble?
Yeah, Rumble is the company that just offered Joe Rogan. Cheers, by the way. We're having a non-alcoholic beverage. We're drinking some alcohol and we're having fun. We're having this podcast. But Rumble is they're kind of trying to be the new YouTube. They're the younger, smaller YouTube. They offered Joe Rogan $100 million over 4 years if he left Spotify and went to Rumble.
You do that?
And he didn't do it. I mean, Spotify was already giving him close to that.
A lot of money.
Yeah. But
so if they want to give us that 100 mil, I mean, we're open to it.
Yeah,
definitely open to negotiating.
We'd probably have to go up a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Rogan is obviously successful.
He's Joe Rogan.
He's all right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done decent for himself.
Yeah.
But we would probably have to get a little bit more. Does Joe Rogan when was the last time you saw Joe Rogan wear a suit?
I mean, never.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like that's before Fear Factor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you're not wearing a suit, especially on the first video podcast, I don't know. I think we deserve a little bit more.
I'm pretty sure we do.
Have you ever asked yourself, maybe, how smart am I?
Every day.
You've had that thought.
Oh, yeah.
And you've thought maybe, where do you usually land that thought? Do you usually say, I'm smarter than I think I am, or I'm not as smart?
I'm definitely not as smart as I think I am.
That's usually...
but I'm self-aware, right? So...
Yeah, that's
I got points for that.
That's good. And I usually come up with the same conclusion myself. But what I did see, and what all people in Massachusetts should be proud of, is according to WalletHub, about a week or two ago now, they ranked Massachusetts as the smartest state out of all 50 United States.
Yeah, I think that was excluding South Boston, Brighton, Framingham.
Yeah.
And really just like those Cambridge and... Yeah. MIT, Harvard, all that.
Worcester.
Yeah. Whoa, God.
I got a buddy in Worcester, so I can say that. If you're listening from Worcester, you're not dummies. You're no dumber than I am. But congratulations, smartest state out of the U.S. I think that's probably just because we have a lot of colleges here.
You know, funny that they ranked that, and all that came out after we moved to Boston.
That is true. They did the study before we moved here.
Oh.
So that's probably why that all happened. But anyway, we wanted to put that to the test. And I'd also like to put it to the test with you.
All right, I'm
and
down.
This is something that's going to be a recurring segment here. Is nothing new and exciting, right, in terms of the world, in terms of like media content, but it's an Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grade question. What's going to be exciting for the listeners on our podcast is going to be how do the people of Boston square up against that type of quiz, right? You never know, right? Because you always think you're smarter than a fifth grader, right? I mean, a fifth grader can't drive. We can drive. That has to offer some level of intelligence.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Rachel also has her driver's license.
A lot of people have their driver's license that probably shouldn't. Regardless, we're going to get right into an Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader quiz. Joe, are you ready?
Yes.
We have 5 questions for you.
Okay. Do I have a buzzer?
You don't have a buzzer.
Probably because it's just me.
It's just you. But you're on your own. If I ran into people on the streets of Boston and there were 2 or 3 people, they'd all be as a team. So you're at a little bit of a disadvantage where you don't have anybody else to help you.
All right. So I can just look at my phone and that's it.
You can't cheat.
Okay.
You can't cheat, but it has to be rapid fire answers.
Okay.
And what I did, and what I'll do for you, and what I did for the people of Boston is I offered them all a hint. I have 1 hint for every single question.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think you need it with the first one, but as you'll see, they get progressively harder. Okay?
Okay.
First question. Let's see how you do. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
48. That's correct. Easy money. You're off to a great start. 1 for 1. And I'll just allude to the fact that not everybody got that right.
Ooh.
Can you kind of believe that?
Well, my first thought was 13.
That was your first.
The first 13 colonies. I thought
Exactly.
that's what we were getting at, so I could see how some people might think that, but
People did not always get that right, but it's fine. You're good. I got the alcohol burps, and it's fine. We're going on the second question.
Okay.
Second question is, which galaxy is Earth located in?
One of my favorite candies, Milky Way.
Exactly, and that was the hint. There's the Milky Way bar. It's the Milky Way galaxy. 2 for 2. You're doing good, Joe.
Thank you.
Third question we have for you is, now I don't even know if this is our first run around. I don't even know if we should be giving away the answers to the questions we're going to ask as they come up. Do you think it's going to be a pain in the ass like people are
No,
going to
I think they need to know because
They'll know ahead of time.
Then the answers that other people give on the street will be a lot funnier if they already know.
True.
Like, I know what the answer is.
Then they'll be like where I was in the position of asking the questions. It's kind of like, I already know.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing it.
All right.
Third question.
2 for 2.
Which planet is closest to the sun?
Right.
Are you good with the planets? You know the planets?
Oh, hell yeah. But the order's tough. Oh, God. Well, Earth is third from the sun. So,
yes. So that gets us somewhere.
So I'm crossing Earth off the list.
Earth is not.
Well, I know it's either Mercury or Venus.
Okay.
I just don't know what the 1-2 punch combo there is.
So my hint would give it away for you. I want you to just take a shot. I'll just give you a hint that one of your answers is correct.
Okay.
Take a stab at it. You're 2 for 2.
I need to get it right, so I gotta think. I gotta think.
You know.
Shit.
This is rapid fire.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, that's true. Damn it, I'm ruining
This is
it.
rapid fire.
Mercury.
It's Mercury.
Yeah, let's go.
3 for 3. That's a cheers. Congratulations. Wow, was that a complete guess or did you have a good idea?
No,
Complete
I
guess.
knew it was Mercury or Venus.
Okay, well that was great. 3 for 3. Mercury's correct. Fourth question, we're moving into history.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right.
How well are you with, you political science or criminology major. So there's some history involved there.
I like World War II movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so
This won't quite help you there with the World War II movies, but what U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
George? No. What? Did you say yes?
No.
Oh. Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, that's
Thomas
correct.
Jefferson, okay.
Our third president, 1804, I believe, or so, was the Louisiana Purchase, or 1803. Don't quote me. But he was the one that sent Lewis and Clark out to go and get drunk and look at new plants. Pretty amazing.
Okay.
Fifth and last question. You're doing great. 4 for 4.
Nice right now.
Which country was the first country to create fireworks? Where were fireworks originated? 4th of July, we have them at least once a year, sometimes more than that, depending on how pyromaniac you are. Yeah.
China.
China. Trump's favorite country. That's correct. 5 for 5. Joe, you passed with flying colors.
Holy shit.
So as of today, you're smarter than a 5th grader. So cheers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everyone at home, if it's after 5, please enjoy a drink with Joe and I. And yeah, so you're 5. No, so you're smarter than a 5th grader today.
Right.
We're going to do this again.
Oh boy.
And until the two of us look at each other and say, Joe, I'm 70, you're 70, we got to end the podcast.
Yeah.
That's until then we'll stop the Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? But until then,
We'll keep
we're
going.
going to keep it going. So I say, without further ado, let's hit the streets of Boston, see what the people had to say. Now, if you're watching on Spotify, you will be taken away from us and you'll be able to go see the actual people that we talked to, which I think is going to add a different layer to the audio. Because audio, you can only hear certain things. Now you can paint the full picture, see who they are, who's answering the questions, and then put a name to the face and the voice there. So, you ready? Hit the streets?
Let's hear what the people had to say.
Let's hear what the people had to say. All right, last thing we got for you guys is a Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader quiz. Now, you guys can work as a team on this, all right?
Aye.
All right. Now, Massachusetts was recently ranked the smartest state out of all the U.S. states. So that's good. Congratulations to all of us, right? So we got a quiz to put it to the test. First question we got for you guys. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
Is the timer on here?
No, it's all right. Take your time. Work through it. How many states before Alaska and Hawaii joined? How many states were there?
Huh? 48.
48. That's correct. 1 for 1. You guys are off to a great start. Second question we got for you. Earth is located in which galaxy? And I can give you hints for all these if you need them. You want a hint? There's a popular candy bar that has the same name as our galaxy that Earth's located in.
Jupiter.
Milky Way, that's correct. 2 for 2. All right, third question we got for you guys. Which planet is closest to the sun? Can you get a hint? The first initial of this planet is M.
Mars?
It's not Mars.
Oh, I say Mars. Forgot what it was called.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Which planet in our solar system is closest to the sun? The closest one.
Moon?
The moon? No, not the moon. All right, it's Mercury. You guys are all right, though. You're 2 for 3 right now. It's Mercury. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
You got that.
You guys history buffs?
Nah.
No.
I'm gonna press the skip.
You skip. I'll give you a hint. It's our third president. We had Washington first, we had John Adams second, and after that we had...
Abraham Lincoln.
Wasn't Abraham Lincoln?
Well, I'm just guessing.
It's all right.
John F. Kennedy. I don't know.
Was it JFK? So the president was Thomas Jefferson. Bought
I never heard of that one.
Louisiana Purchase.
I know that, but I know it wasn't Abraham Lincoln.
All right, guys, last question. You guys are doing good. You're 2 for 4. So this question could solidify it, all right? In what country were the first fireworks invented? What country?
What country?
And I can give you a hint if you guys need.
Need a hint.
All right, so think dragon, red dragon.
China?
China, that's correct.
Booyah!
3 for 5, that's a passing grade. Even though it's a 60, we'll give you a pass. That's a majority. Are you smarter than a 5th grader quiz? All right.
Okay.
So Massachusetts was recently ranked the smartest state out of all the states in the U.S.
Yep.
So we're gonna put that to the test. First question we got for you. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
48, that's correct. 1 for 1. Second question we got for you. Earth is located in what galaxy?
The Milky Way galaxy.
Milky Way galaxy, that's correct. 2 for 2. Third question. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury.
Mercury, 3 for 3. There we go.
There you go.
Fourth question we got for you is which U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition? If you need a hint, I'll give you one.
Donald Trump.
He was our third president.
John Hancock.
John Hancock, no, I don't think he was a president.
I got no idea.
Adams was our second president. You're close.
Jefferson.
It was Jefferson. There we go. I'll give it to you as a team. 4 for 4. Fifth question we got. In which country were the first fireworks invented?
China.
China, that's correct. First one to get it right off the rip. That's 5 for 5. So it's going to be rapid fire answers. First question we got for you. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
49.
48. Close.
Wait, which one went?
So Alaska and Hawaii, we got 50 states.
Oh, I
Maybe
thought it was
thinking 51 because of Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
but that's like a province.
I was thinking of Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yeah. Earth is located in what galaxy? Question 2.
Milky Way.
Milky Way, that's correct. There we go, 1 for 2. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Venus. Mercury.
Mercury, we'll take it. 2 out of 3, you're doing good, Gage. Next question. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
I have no idea.
You're a history guy. Come on, you should know this.
I'm more like an English guy.
More like an English guy? All right, I'll give you a hint. This is our third president. The U.S.'s third president.
I wasn't taught this in 5th grade. And if I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. No guesses at all?
No.
Okay, it's Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Last question we got for you. Not doing bad, Gage. Last question we got for you. In which country were fireworks invented?
I have no idea, but I'm going to take a completely wild guess and say France.
Wasn't France, but that's been said before. That's a good guess. Do you want to try one more time?
Italy.
Wasn't Italy either. It was China.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's all we got, Gage. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Good luck with everything, man.
Have a good day.
Got an Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader quiz.
Okay.
It's going to be rapid fire. There's 5 questions. They get progressively harder.
Okay.
All right? First question is how many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
50?
No.
Wait, it's 49? So it's 70, 47?
No.
How many states are there really? Oh, man, that's crazy. That's a good question. Yeah.
I'll give you another guess. Before Alaska and Hawaii joined, how many states?
How many stars are there how many stars are there on the flag?
50.
So it got to be 48.
48, you got it. There you go. 1 for 1. You're working through it. It's all right. It's all right. I'll let you work through it. 1 for 1. Second question. Earth is located in what galaxy?
The universe.
No, it's got a specific name, our galaxy.
Damn,
I give you hints for all of these if you need them.
Give me a hint. Wait, but the hint's gonna be like what? It's gonna be like the first letter? What's it gonna like? What's the
So for this one, the hint is that there's a popular candy bar named after
The Milky Way.
Milky Way galaxy. There you go. 2 for 2. All right. Third question is which planet is closest to the sun?
Damn, wait. Is it something? Mars?
It's not Mars, but it starts with an M. It's the other one with the M.
Mercury.
Mercury. There we go. 3 for 3.
Okay.
Fourth question. This is more like history. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Yeah, I don't know that one. That's George Washington.
Was it George? It was our third president. Any guesses?
Third president? Carter? No, I don't know that. I'm lost on that.
Okay, it's all right. Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. Okay.
Thomas Jefferson. 3 for 4. Let's end hot with this one. Last question. What country was the first country to create fireworks?
First country to create fireworks.
Where were fireworks created?
I would say New Hampshire.
No, a country.
Shit.
I'll give you a hint. Think about a red dragon.
Oh, China.
China. There you go, man.
That's common sense.
I would look. If I wasn't looking at him, I'd be stumped too.
No, but think about China. They be blowing shit up all the Chinese.
Yeah, they love fire with like
dragons and all that shit. Yeah, it makes sense.
4 for 5. Hey, good job, man.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
That's all we got.
Let me pause this. I got something in my ear.
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right. So we have an Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader quiz. We got 5 questions. We're just going to go rapid fire with them.
Sure.
All right. And I have hints for all of them if you need it.
I hopefully don't need them, but sure. And I grew up in New York, but I don't know if this is representative of Massachusetts. But, okay.
All right. We'll see. And just so you know, the questions progressively get a little bit harder.
Okay.
First question. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
That's correct. 1 for 1. Second question. Earth is located in what galaxy?
The Milky Way.
Milky Way, that's correct. Third question. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury.
Mercury, that's correct. 3 for 3. Going smooth. Fourth question. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition? Also was a part of the Louisiana Purchase.
Thomas Jefferson, and that's a guess.
Thomas Jefferson, that's correct.
Oh, jeez.
4 for 4. Fifth question. In what country were fireworks first invented?
China?
China, that's correct. 5 for 5. I think this is the first person that's gotten all 5 for 5, especially that quickly. So that's great. That's all we got for you, man.
Okay.
Is how many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
48, that's correct. You guys are a team on this too, so
Okay,
feel
good.
free to work together. That's correct. 1 for 1. Second question is Earth is located in what galaxy?
Oh.
I can give you hints for all these if you need them. But
No, I don't know that one. What's the hint?
the hint is there's a popular candy bar that's named after
Milky Way.
Milky Way galaxy.
There you
That's
go.
correct. 2 for 2. The third question we have is what planet is closest to the sun?
Can we get a hint?
Yep. The hint is the first initial of the planet is M.
Mercury. Mercury.
It's Mercury. That's correct. Yep.
Nice.
So 3 for 3. Fourth question is what U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Oh gosh. I don't know. What's a hint?
Hint is this was our third U.S. president. Louisiana Purchase, Lewis and Clark, they're all related. Third U.S. president.
Louisiana Purchase. Oh.
You guys are 3 for 3. You don't want to break it right now.
Oh, I know. Do you know? No. I don't know.
No guesses?
No. What's the first letter?
T.
Is it Thomas Jefferson?
Thomas Jefferson. Give you half a point for that. That's 3.5. 3.5 out of 4. So good job. Last question we have for you is what country was the first country to create fireworks? So where were fireworks
China.
invented? China, that's correct.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got. You guys are 4.5 for 5. We'll give you the 5 for 5.
Yay.
Enjoy the rest of your day. That's all we got for you.
Thank you.
All right, first question is, how many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
48. 1 for 1. That's correct. Second question, Earth is located in what galaxy?
Milky Way. Right? Milky Way.
Milky Way, that's correct. 2 for 2. Third question, which planet is closest to the sun? It's not Venus. I'll give you another guess.
Mercury.
Mercury, yep. 3 for 3. Fourth question, what U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition? Think Louisiana Purchase.
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, 4 for 4. All right, California is coming up. And then, in which country were the first fireworks invented?
China.
China, that's correct. Very good. 5 for 5. That's perfect score.
I could tell an off-color joke. Well, something enough.
Yeah.
She went to Wellesley High School, and back about, I don't know when it was, whenever Wellesley College was established,
Okay.
it was 100 years, this particular, like 2004 or something like that. And the powers that be, these women are all smarter. They're the smartest women in the room,
Yeah.
especially when they're alone. And they had put a big banner up. They were having the 100th year anniversary of the school.
Uh-huh.
And it's an all-women's school, and there's a very large gay contingent there, which we all know.
Yep.
And this is going to sound cool, and it's going to be on the podcast, so it's okay. The banner said, 100 years of women coming together. And that was the banner.
Literally
it's
coming
like, hello, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Yeah, how brilliant they are.
Coming together. That took too long for me to get.
Not the smartest guy.
All right, we got to put you to the test now.
Okay.
Thanks for your stories, but we got to put you to the test. Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Got a million of them.
You're perfect. All right. First question we have for you. How many states made up the United States before Hawaii and Alaska joined?
48.
48, that's correct. 1 for 1. They get progressively harder.
I went to Catholic school.
There you go. All right, second question. Earth is located in what galaxy? And I can give you hints for all these if you need them.
Meta.
Meta galaxy? It's close. It's like There's a popular candy bar.
Oh, the Mercury, Mars.
No, that's a planet. No,
Mercury, Mars.
what galaxy?
I don't know.
The Milky Way. Milky Way, you're close.
Of course, I was close. Same company.
Same company, exactly. Mars company. All right. Third question. Which planet is closest to the sun? And I'll give you a hint. You already said it.
Mars.
Not Mars.
Mercury.
Mercury, that's correct. All right, so you're 2 for 3. Fourth question. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Oh, jeez. It wouldn't have been...
And I can give you a hint, too.
I'm trying to think back of... Wasn't Lincoln, obviously.
Nope.
Wasn't FDR. Taft.
Wasn't Taft, nope. He just got stuck in the tub. All right, so it was our third president. Our third president of the United States.
Adams?
He was the second.
Jefferson?
Jefferson, that's correct.
Lewis and Clark, really?
Louisiana Purchase, Lewis and
Wow.
Clark, yep, that was Jefferson.
Very cool.
All right, fifth question we have for you. In what country were fireworks first invented?
China.
China, that's correct. You, right off the top of your
They
head.
claim pasta, but I'm Italian, so
You can't give them that.
I can't give them that one.
You'll give them the fireworks,
Yeah,
not
I'll
the
give them the
pasta.
fireworks, but not the pasta.
There we go. That's all we got for you. You were so
All
awesome.
right.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
have a good day.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader quiz?
I hate that.
And it's going to be 5 questions, rapid fire.
Can I pick the category?
No, I got them. I only got 5 questions right here. They range in category.
No signs.
No signs.
No signs.
They get progressively harder, okay? So the first question we have for you is how many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
48, that's correct. 1 for 1.
Do we need to talk about our answer?
No.
You guys can. You're a
got
team
it.
on this, so.
You got it. You got it.
Second question we got for you. Earth is located in what galaxy?
Is it the
Milky Way.
Milky Way galaxy. 2 for 2. There we go. Third question is which planet is closest to the sun?
Oh, that's starts with an M. I think it's like Mercury. Yeah.
Mercury, that's correct. 3 for 3.
No science. So far, they're all science.
How did this happen?
What do you mean signs?
Like, you know, Are You Smarter? They have like
science.
Science.
Oh,
Like, they have like 8
science.
categories.
Yeah.
Why?
Like
So
math and English or something like that.
this one is not. This is history. You like history?
Okay. Well, we'll try.
No.
All right. So fourth question: what U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
I'm gonna say Lincoln.
And I have hints
I don't
for
really
all
know
these.
it.
I'm gonna say Jefferson.
Jefferson's correct. Yeah, our third president, Thomas Jefferson. So that's 4
go.
for 4.
That was like in the 1800s, I thought. I don't know.
That was early 1800s. So fifth question we have for you is which country is the country that invented fireworks? That first invented.
I think it's China.
It's China. That's 5 for 5. That's a great. Good job. Good
What
job.
do we win?
Okay.
5 for 5, and that's all we got. No, sorry, there's no prize.
Okay.
All right.
That's all we got for you. Have a good one. And you guys work as a team on this. Ready?
Okay, perfect.
First question: how many states, and from Toronto, how many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined? How many?
Why are you pointing to me?
I'll guess
Say like 50?
Before Alaska and Hawaii?
48.
48, that's correct. 48. So we'll give you that 1 for 1. Second question: Earth is located in what galaxy?
Milky Way.
Milky Way, 2 for
Okay.
2. There we go. Third question is what planet is closest to the sun?
Venus?
It's not Venus.
Mercury.
Mercury, that's correct.
For
3
sure.
for 3. Fourth question is what U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
That's a fucked question.
And I
I don't know.
Louisiana Purchase, and I'll give you a hint. It was the U.S.'s third president. I don't know if that helps.
I don't know much about U.S. presidents. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, that's fair. You get a pass for this being
Yeah.
out of the country, but it's Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas
Third
Jefferson.
president.
Was our third.
Okay, he's probably
We should
All right.
yeah.
It's okay. No, I wouldn't know if you guys asked me a question about Canada or anything. I wouldn't know. Last question: which country was the first to create fireworks?
China.
China. That's correct. So
do you know that?
5 for 5.
Oh shit, I guess.
Yeah, they like to blow stuff up, and so
Yeah.
that's the correct
Yeah.
answer. All right, well, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Do you- okay, and do I have your permission to record and film you?
For sure.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. All right, we got a quick quiz for you. I know you're on your lunch break. It's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Sounds good.
Okay. First question we got for you. How many states made up the United States before Alaska and Hawaii joined?
48.
That's correct. Second question. Earth is located in what galaxy?
The Milky Way.
2 for 2. We're doing good. Third question. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury.
Yes, 3 for 3. Fourth question. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'll give you a hint if you need one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, he was our third president.
Washington. Jefferson.
Jefferson, that's correct. Last question we got for you, the fifth question, is in what country were the first fireworks invented?
Ooh, I'm gonna say China.
China, that's correct. 5 for 5. That's great.
All right.
That's all we got for you.
Thank
There
you.
go. All right, welcome back to my bedroom. And here we... Usually when people hear that, they try to run and get out.
I tried. The door's locked.
The door's locked. Joe's stuck in here. And I threw the key out the window. So, I don't know, some good... Some funny answers for the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yeah.
What was some of your favorite while, after watching a couple of them?
Matt, I just got to say, if Massachusetts is the smartest state in the country, we are screwed.
Well, I mean, some people got them all right. There were a couple people that did 100% on the board.
There's a nice... What was that graph called? And you remember, you have to have...
Histogram or...
No, when you, like the curve on the test.
Bell curve.
Is it a bell curve?
A bell curve,
No,
that goes like up and then back down.
Like some kids should get A's, most people get C's and B's, and the really crappy students get like D's and F's.
Yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know. I
feel like that's, well, whatever the name of it is, I feel like that's what we got.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
Some pretty funny answers. Some people thought Puerto Rico was a state.
Yes.
Which is funny.
And then said 51 in their head, so then they said 49 as their answer.
But, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense if... I don't know if you're trying to like rationalize your reasoning like that, but Puerto Rico is not a state.
It's a territory.
It's a territory.
So it's I don't know. I would never confuse that just because that's something that in my mind I know. But there's a lot of things that I don't know that other people think as common knowledge.
Yeah. No doubt.
So, I mean, what else? There was a lot of people said Mars for the closest to the sun. I feel like that's just because everyone's talking about Mars right now.
Yeah.
And also Mars is known for being hot and dry and like sandy kind of, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's why they thought it was closer to the sun because of how dry it is, but that's just because of the atmosphere. What country, now I think I said that clearly too when I asked the question, what country were the first fireworks invented?
Now that one got some good answers, Matt. New Hampshire.
It's not New Hampshire. I think it's just because where you can buy fireworks.
Right.
It's near here.
And people guessed Russia because right now Russia sucks.
Exactly, because of the bombs are not fireworks. Ukraine can probably attest to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to make light of the situation.
Well, you kind of did.
I mean, it's just that they're not fireworks over there. They're bombs. They're missiles, unfortunately, for the people of Ukraine.
What is wrong with you?
What? What do you mean? I'm saying, unfortunately, it's not fireworks. If it was, it'd be beautiful. People... Would it not be beautiful if there were
it would look
fireworks
like the 4th
going
of July every
Yes,
single day over
it'd be
there
a celebration.
right now. Yeah, you're right. Whatever.
It's not a celebration.
We're not laughing at Ukraine.
This is not a joke. It's we'll continue. In which country were the first fireworks invented? A lot of people said France. Yeah. Probably because of, I'm thinking French in general has been known for like maybe big parties like in history. I don't know, like I know Bastille Day, wasn't that like the raiding of Bastille, or is that a celebration?
Best what?
Bastille Day?
Oh, I thought you said best deal. It's like Black Friday?
No, Bastille. No, it's not. It's not a Macy's parade. I don't know. France, I could understand, but China's the answer. Anyway, jeez. Let's continue.
Why not?
Why don't you take us off on our next topic, Joe?
All right. So we got another sticky situation here, if you know what I mean.
Those are the best questions. Wait, you... Yeah.
We already recorded this part, but we're going to do it again.
Yes.
And hopefully remember what we said.
Well, now we're doing video. We had it on audio only before.
Yeah.
We wanted to get video. So we're going to kind of repeat ourselves, but nobody knows that.
Right.
You know.
So maybe next week we'll repeat the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader questions, and the week after that we'll shut down the podcast. All right.
We're just going to do reruns.
Yeah. So should people in prison be allowed to vote? That's the next question that we're going to be dealing with. And Matt, why don't you go first? Should people in prison be allowed to vote?
Okay, so I think the people listening and going to watch the people of Boston answer this question will soon find my opinion's unpopular based on what the people said. And that's fine. But my opinion is that no, people in prison should not be allowed to vote. I understand that if you're a U.S. citizen and you're in prison, you're still a U.S. citizen. It's still your right. My kind of rationale behind it is if you did something that, and you're found guilty of it, right, by a jury of your peers. And I understand there's problems with, there's people that have been wrongfully convicted. That's definitely not something it's something that happens. It's something to be aware of. But regardless, you've been found guilty. There's either enough evidence against you or not enough evidence to prove your innocence or to go against, as a defense. Regardless, you were found guilty of a crime. Because of you being found guilty, we decided you should be removed from society and put in prison, right? In my opinion, that means that you should also not be allowed the right to vote. Since you're being removed from society, I don't believe you should have the ability to partake in societal matters in that regard. While it could still directly affect you, I understand to a degree. It's just that I think that's just part of being in society is voting. You show up to vote, right? You have to go to the polls and you have to show up. I understand that people's arguments would, and there's good arguments against what I'm saying. It's just my belief. I just feel like that's how it should be. So I would say my answer to the question, long story short, would be no, I do not believe so. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, so I'm going to agree with you there, Matt. I don't think that people in prison should be allowed to vote. But at the same point in time, we discussed this at length the last time that we recorded it. But I feel like after reflecting on this question, if you say yes, I feel like this kind of question, maybe it's controversial, right? It is controversial.
To a degree, yeah.
But I don't think that, I don't have a problem with people who are yeah, they should be able to vote. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, does that really matter?
No, it's definitely not something that I would maybe buy a poster board for and stand outside somewhere and protest, right?
You shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Yeah, I wouldn't. There's not that much energy and emotion towards this. The thing that I would have a question is how are we going to ensure that all of these votes are being properly counted, and the guy that's standing in look, prison, as far as I am aware of, it can be a sketchy place.
I've been to a couple. Had a couple field trips.
Yes, I mean I've seen whatever that show is where they take the kids in there.
Yeah, Scared Straight. That's
Scared
Straight. That's pretty much what
it doesn't look like everyone's really working through their ideas collaboratively and together. It seems like if the guy that you're in the cell with, the ballots come in and they're gonna vote and then send them back out, and the guy has a little a shiv or whatever it is,
some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and is gonna vote for this person, and they're just going to check the box. Votes could be swayed. Now, that's not going to win an election, right? But it is just there's just so much involved in the process that's I know that prisons in general are not funded properly, right? That's something a lot of people would agree with.
Understaffed, underfunded, yeah.
Underfunded, exactly. So how are we going to make sure that everything gets through the right way, everything's counted legitimately, and everything's kind of fairly processed?
Yep.
It just seems like a whole nother mess in general, and I'd be happy to have to hear a reason how we're gonna do it if someone wanted to. It just seems like a whole lot. And again, like I said, in my opinion, you're removed from society. Voting is something that you do as a member of society. But like you said, I wouldn't die on the hill.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't die on the hill for this. But at the same point, I still don't think, I'm not going to say yes, people in prison should be allowed to vote. I've seen prisons, been inside cells and shit, gang members and stuff.
Yeah.
And first of all, the places that I went to, I don't think that they care that they can't vote, they're not all torn up about it.
Sure.
Because if they were, that would be some stuff that they would be saying to us other than the food here sucks, my mattress sucks.
Yeah, there's other problems there that need to be maybe fixed first.
Yeah, exactly. And it's it's exactly what you said with the how are we going to ensure this whole process is done properly? That is time, effort, and money that could be better spent elsewhere than
just in the prison system itself.
Absolutely.
In terms
opposed to votes.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it's important to vote. But I'm not an idiot. I know that one vote, or even with prisons that have 500 people, right? 500 inmates. 500 votes typically in some sort of national election, at least, not at a local level. that is not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Even if they all vote for the same person, it's not going to change.
Yeah. No, it's true. It wouldn't like sway an election, for example. But you have to imagine, and we looked this up. Do you remember the exact number, the percentage of people that are in prison? Was it around 1% of the United States?
No, well, I thought it was like 0.5%.
It was 0.5%.
Yeah, not even a full percent.
So it was either 1% or less of people in the United States are in prison. Now, that's not nothing, because we have a population in the United States of 300 plus million, 350 or whatever it is million. That's still a lot of people. There's a small percentage now, but you have to imagine that if someone were to campaign on that as a politician, you're not only reaching that 0.5% that's in prison. I'm sure they would like be happy that someone's advocating for that in general, because they're like, now someone's speaking to me in a way.
Yeah, and like the families of people that are
families.
incarcerated.
So like that's you know, then you multiply by, let's say, at least 5, a multiple of 5.
Yep.
So now you're looking at, what's 0.5 times 5? 2.5. 2.5%. Still not a whole, not enough to sway. So yeah, we're not talking about swaying election, just more so like it's just a whole process. Now, it wouldn't be a good discussion unless we kind of at least considered the counter arguments, right? I think that's the best part about these discussions.
Yeah.
Is that in the Constitution, if you are a U.S. citizen over the age of 18 and maybe some other minor requirements, I think it's just that
18. You
have the right to vote.
Yeah.
And when you are even if you're in prison and incarcerated in the U.S., you're still a U.S. citizen.
Yep.
So
that's what the counter argument, right?
Yeah.
It's a right to vote. It's not a privilege to vote. So even though you're arrested, like, you still have your rights. You have your right to freedom of speech, freedom of press, or whatever. They don't take away those rights, but when you're incarcerated, they take away the right to vote. And not in every state too, because we talked about this last episode too. Well, there are some states that if you're incarcerated, you can vote.
They kind of take away your rights in the sense of the Second Amendment, right? They're not going to let you bear arms.
There are,
So you do have your second your Second Amendment right removed.
Yep.
Your First Amendment right is even kind of not removed, but at least infringed upon, because you're not allowed to have phones, which is a form of, let's say, communication. I mean, the government's not going to stamp down on you.
But they're not going around in prison saying, you can say this, here's a list of words you can say, here's a list of words that you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true. So the government
can say whatever you want.
The government's not saying you can't say this in prison.
But they are saying you can't vote in a lot of these states.
Yeah.
So that's what the big counter argument is, right?
It is, it's the majority. So, and you know what, we're just going to do a live look up here. So we did a quick search, and in the District of Columbia, Maine, and Vermont. Now, District of Columbia isn't a state.
Right.
So that's why it's just one district, I guess. In the District of Columbia, Maine and Vermont, felons never lose their right to vote. So it's 2 states and 1 district. So it's really 2 states. I mean, if people are going to hear me in a second say 4, because I was going off this information about a week after I'd looked it up. So the correct answer is 2 states and a district, and then they are allowed to vote even while they're incarcerated.
Right.
Okay. In 21 states, felons lose their voting rights only while incarcerated and receive automatic restoration upon release. Now, that's something that I feel like should be maybe. Well, what do you think? Right upon release.
Well, I wonder how they're
defining it.
Whatever way they're defining it, I think once you're released, like once you're not like confined to prison walls, even if you're on parole once you get released, I think that you should still be able to vote.
Me too. Yeah.
You're out of prison. You served your time.
Maybe you're checking in with somebody, but you're still like in the process of trying to get a job, trying to get acclimated to society.
And I feel like getting invested into politics is not going to hurt anybody once you're released from prison.
Yeah.
There's a lot more dangerous stuff that people could be involved with once they get out of prison.
No.
Voting is not one of them.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's something that, if anything, is a good place to spend some time and maybe look up what's going on. I mean, depending on how many years you're in, right? You're out. Yeah. Imagine, like, being out in prison before, right around, like, Obama's time, and then you come out right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't been paying attention, there's a lot that happened. You know what I mean? I'm sure that, like, there's a level of news and information that you're aware of in prison. But if you're somebody in general that just didn't care, didn't watch, didn't follow, and just maybe knew, oh, Donald Trump's president, but what happened? Like, there's a lot that's changed, you know. So like, it would be a good thing to catch up.
Yep.
Especially in like times now where things are changing so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say about it. I think we both agree on this too, like what you just said about if you're out, you're on probation, you should be you should get that right back.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you have anything else to add on this? Anything maybe like hypotheticals or anything surrounding this people in prison being allowed to vote?
Not really.
Good?
I'm good.
Let's kick it to the streets.
Let's hear what the people had to say.
Let's not only hear, but let's see now the people and let's see what they had to say. What's your name?
Gage.
Gage?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What are you doing in Boston?
I'm a student.
Student, what are you studying?
I'm in high school.
Oh, you're in high school?
Yes.
Nice. How's that going?
It's going well.
What's coming up in high school? Like fun-wise? Like prom coming up?
Fun-wise, no.
Or any field, like what's going on?
We don't really have much field trips because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
But we are doing extended high school stuff right now. I'm kind of busy with studies because of that.
Busy with studies?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to college?
Yes.
What college do you want to go to?
I'm not sure yet. I'm going into the process of looking into it soon, though.
Nice. Nice. And do you know what you want to study?
Probably something like English or history.
Okay. What's your favorite part about English or history? Like, do you have a historical time?
It's just a subject I enjoy doing.
Okay. Cool.
That I think I'm good at.
All right, nice. Good for you. All right, and sorry again, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17, okay. What we got for you? Should people that are in prison be allowed to vote?
Yes.
Okay, so currently there's only 4 states that allow people to vote. And you think that there are people that are in prison to vote. You think that shouldn't be the norm?
I think that people in prison should be able to vote.
Okay, why do you think that?
I think that because a lot of times prisons often dehumanize people, and I think that's a bad thing, and I think the right to vote is something that should be available to all people.
Okay. What kind of, like, currently that's like I said, we have 4 states that allow people to vote. What problems do you think arise with that? You said, like,
I think
people's rights.
it removes the voices of a lot of demographics of people.
Okay.
Like people in prison, and it also like prevents people from prison having control over like the country they live in.
Okay, that makes sense. What's your names?
Alex. I'm Megan.
Alex and Megan?
Yep.
That's Megan too.
Yeah. Hey.
Good name. All right. What are you guys doing in Boston?
We're visiting.
Visiting?
We're from Salt Lake.
Okay, from Utah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How is Salt Lake's a nice city, from what I understand. I've never been there, but
Yeah, it's super nice.
how do you like Boston compared to home?
It's been really fun. I've never been to the East Coast, so
Okay.
yeah, it's been good.
Nice. And what have you guys done while you've been here?
Let's see, we've mostly eaten a lot.
Eaten?
We went to the Celtics game last night.
Yeah, went to the Celtics game. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Walk around.
Do you have any other plans for the remainder of your time?
We're headed to the Museum of Fine Art right now.
Okay.
To kind of see it, and we just wanted to walk around Fenway.
Walk around Fenway, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, that's cool. Well, thanks for visiting. I hope you guys enjoy your stay. I think that people that are in prison, currently incarcerated, should they be allowed to vote?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
You both think so?
Yeah.
Currently, I think about 3 states allow that in the U.S. So you think it should be broader? Why do you think that?
I just think, just because you're incarcerated, you should still have those rights and freedoms that everybody else does.
Sure.
Yeah, and they might only be in jail for another year, 5 years. All of our political process takes years and years to come to fruition.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're going to be affected by it.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, do you think there's like a line of or a scale of let's say misdemeanor and petty crimes, and there's like felonies and like more heinous crimes, like for example like something like the Boston bomber, who's like way on the scale of like the more terrible crimes. Should that encompass everyone, or should it only encompass certain crimes? Like, what do you guys think?
I think everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
I think everybody that's going to be affected by it, like people, I guess obviously if you're, serving a life sentence, then it's different than somebody who's going to be out in a few years kind of a thing.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Who you call? What kind of questions are they? Crazy questions? Like what kind of questions?
It's like one of them is like, what's your biggest turn off? I got an Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader quiz that's like fun.
Okay, question like that. Okay,
cool.
Okay.
What's your name?
Illumide.
Illumide?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice name. Never heard that name before. What is that?
Nigerian.
Nigerian. Okay. Are you from Nigeria or just have family there?
My dad's from Nigeria.
Nice, nice. And are you living in the Massachusetts area?
Yeah.
Cool. How do you like it?
It's great. I like it.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you working? Are you at school?
I'm working.
Okay, cool. What do you do for work?
Athletic director.
Sorry?
An athletic director.
Athletic director?
Yeah.
Nice, so that's for encompassing all sports.
Yeah.
Is that at a college?
High school.
High school?
Yeah.
Nice. How's that going?
It's good.
Is it tough with COVID? Because you have to figure out all like the
field reservations. I have none of that stuff. So yeah,
masks and
you
know
the protocols and vaccination cards. Yeah.
So everyone's got to be vaccinated to play. Is that the rule?
Enter the gyms, like to enter BU gyms, certain gyms, you got to be vaccinated.
Okay.
So that's
okay. How is that? Has that created problems or is that okay, going all right?
in the middle. So.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some. There's always going to be some problems, but. Yeah, what are you going to do? All right, so thanks for stopping. Do you think that people that are in prison should be allowed to vote? Currently, only 4 states allow that in the U.S., allow people that are in prison to vote. Do you think that should be changed? Do you think that it should be federal, that all people that are incarcerated should be allowed to vote?
They should be able to vote depending on their crime.
Depending on the crime. Okay, so what would you say is like a range of crimes that would be like maybe not acceptable? That might be easier. Pedophile, okay.
Like serial killers.
Murderers.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, so that's fair. So really the extreme end, we would say no, sorry. But then if it's a misdemeanor, weed or drugs, something like that, petty crimes, we say you're allowed.
Because in jail they're making stuff for tax, they're making stuff for people to make money off, so how won't they should be able to vote in some states.
True. So yeah, I think that's a very fair point there. What's your name?
Quinn.
Quinn?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, man. What are you doing in Boston?
I'm going to school. I'm walking to class right now.
Nice, walking class. We've talked to you before. We didn't have video last time.
Yeah.
We just had audio, so it's nice that we got video with you. How's school going today?
It's good. It's a little chilly out, but
yeah,
I'm holding up.
I know. Anything big coming up with like prom or anything fun that you guys got coming around the corner?
Not really.
Dances?
Just waiting for the week to be over. The weekend.
Just waiting for the weekend?
Gonna go home, go to the gym,
Nice, man. All right. Well, guys, should people that are in prison be allowed to vote?
I think like a certain people that don't have crimes that are like super, I don't know, terrible, I guess.
Okay, so like misdemeanors,
yeah,
stuff like that.
Small crimes, yeah.
But not felonies?
Yeah.
All right, why do you think that?
Because they're regular people. I mean, people are caught in situations where they don't really they shouldn't be in jail or something, so they should be able to vote. I don't know.
Okay, no, that's a good answer. So misdemeanors, yes, and maybe small, petty crimes, let's say.
Yeah.
And your felonies, your maybe hardened crimes, those ones not allowed.
Yeah, they should be able to.
Gotcha. That's a good answer. What are your names?
I'm Delaney.
Delaney.
Audrey. Natalia.
Delaney, Audrey, Natalia. All right, and what are you guys doing in Boston? You guys students, working?
We were here for indoor track meet.
Okay. Indoor track meet for like school?
Yeah, we go to school in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So you guys are loving the cold, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that why you didn't want to pull your hand out of your pocket? Like it's way too cold here?
Yeah.
So how long are you guys here for?
We are leaving today.
Oh, you guys leave today?
Yeah.
All right. How did you like Boston? Did you have fun here, and do you like it better than home?
I mean, we haven't seen too much, but I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's definitely cold, but yeah, this is our first time getting to go out of the track and everything.
That's good. So you guys didn't really get to go out that much?
No, not really.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, that's all right. You guys would come back?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Maybe in a warmer month.
When it's summer?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. You think that people that are incarcerated, that are in prison, should be allowed to vote in local and federal elections?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely do think so too.
Yeah.
You guys think so? Do you think across the whole spectrum, let's say there's misdemeanors and kind of petty crime, right? Then there's felonies, and there's then there's murder, manslaughter, all those different types of crimes. Do you think all of them should be encompassed in that? Do you think only a certain amount? What are your thoughts on it?
I think all of them should, because there's so many people who are in prison for crimes that they didn't commit. You could never narrow it down to make it as fair how it should be. I think it's better everyone could.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should be shouldn't be separated in any way,
Yeah.
Yeah, just everybody should be allowed.
Even especially after they're released from prison.
Oh yeah, even then.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, let's say after you're released, usually you go on parole. Do you think, and generally speaking, people that are on parole can't vote? think that should be changed too?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Like, especially then. Like, I think they should while they're in prison too, but
Also.
especially because you're trying to get them back to, you know, society and everything.
Exactly.
That's one of the main things everybody encourages you to do.
Yeah.
So they should be able to.
Great. All right, those are good points. Thank you. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike, what are you doing in Boston?
I work in Boston.
You work?
Yep.
What do you do?
I work in finance.
Oh, nice. What kind of like
I work
aspect
in
of finance? Banking. Nice. How's that going?
It's going well.
It's going well?
Yeah.
That's good. You out on lunch?
Walking to lunch, yeah.
What are you gonna get?
TBD.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna let it hit you when you walk by it?
Yep, exactly.
Nice. What do you normally get on a day out you're going to get lunch?
It depends on my mood, but sushi, could be seafood, you know. I'm looking at Chipotle over there. That,
Yeah.
You know, never know.
We got a lot. Well, Chick-fil-A, that's new, right?
Chick-fil-A is new. I've not been in that location.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, you got a lot of options, so that's good.
No, I don't think.
Do you think that people that are in prison, that are incarcerated, should be allowed to vote, like in local, federal elections?
Okay, that's a loaded question and a good one.
There's 4 states. The reason we asked is just because there's 4 states that currently allow it, so it's the minority.
I thought that a convicted felon lost their right to vote. Is my understanding of the Constitution, but you know, I think I don't want to have to adjudicate that, but I think a rehabilitated prisoner ought to have the right to vote, and a currently incarcerated prisoner, like, you know, a convicted felon in prison, in my view, that's one of the, you know, sort of privileges you give up if you committed a crime. That's part of the punishment.
Gotcha. No, that's fair. What do you think if it was like someone that's in for like maybe let's say a petty or smaller crime? Would that be something?
I think if it was like a misdemeanor, like a drug offense or some like, you know, whatever, you know, not a violent crime, then they should not give up their right to vote.
Gotcha.
Or lose their right to vote.
I think that's a very fair stance. That makes sense. What's your name?
Katrina, and I'm Ellie.
Katrina and Ellie, are you guys students? What are you guys doing in Boston?
Yeah, we're students.
Students, what are you guys studying?
Business.
Okay, what type of business?
I'm doing real estate.
Okay, nice. And what about yourself?
Art therapy.
Art therapy, how does that work? Like you paint to feel better?
Yeah, it's basically therapy without words, but with art.
Oh man. I don't know if that sounds better or worse than normal therapy. Have you like done this? Have you been a part of it?
Mm-hmm.
And
since freshman year.
So you've like participated, you've done the painting, and
yes.
like what do you think? Do you like that?
I like it better because some things are too hard to talk about, so it's easier.
Okay, nice. What do you like? Is this something you do on campus, or is this like you would go to a place and they would do this? Like what kind of place would
on
you
campus.
do this? Okay.
We have that program.
Nice.
Yeah.
And is this a place you think should be like in workspaces? Is it in like a workplace environment?
Mm-hmm. It's all over the place now.
Really? That's awesome. All right, cool. I've never done that, but what if you can't draw?
There's other ways. You can build things with clay, glue things down, literally anything you want.
Nice. All right, cool. That's interesting. And you guys have BC there or BU?
No, we go to Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Okay, nice. You think that people that are incarcerated in jail should be allowed to vote?
Yes.
Okay. You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Like you think all states should allow it, I would assume. Why do you think that?
I think everyone deserves the right to vote.
Okay.
And a lot of the times people are in jail for not valid reasons.
Okay. Do you think there's a spectrum, like if, in terms of, let's say, a misdemeanor or a small, like, petty crime versus a felony, or do you think everyone should be incorporated? Do you think, like, if you are convicted of murder or, let's say, like, the Boston bomber, like, should he be able to vote even though he did something on the, like, far end of the terrible spectrum?
I don't know about the Boston bomber. That's a very hard question.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times people get convicted wrongly.
Okay. So then that's where the problem comes in. That's why they should still be able to vote.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, and what's your name?
Zenyo.
Zenya. Nice to meet you both. What are you guys doing in Boston? You guys visiting?
There's Monolink today. We're gonna watch him.
Who is it?
Monolink. He's a DJ. Techno.
Oh, okay. Where's that gonna be?
Bijou, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've heard of that. It's expensive to get in there, isn't it?
Never been here.
Never
I've been here. This is my second day in Boston. So.
Okay, where are you from?
Lebanon, living in Toronto, coming here to visit some friends and watching Monolink.
Nice, and same with you. You're from Toronto.
Yep, same thing.
Nice.
Came together.
Awesome. And are you guys dating?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I have a couples quiz for you later on too. We'll see how well you guys know each other. But the first, do you think that people that are incarcerated, and you guys are from Toronto or Lebanon, then Toronto, but in the U.S. only 4 states allow people in prison to vote. Do you think people that are in jail, regardless of maybe the U.S. or Toronto, do you think they in general should be allowed to vote?
It's a hard question.
For me personally, it's not a hard question. For me, of course, they should have the right to vote. Because first of all, like, I don't know if you've seen how people are voting already. It's not the best, you know?
Sure.
So I'm sure they're still human. They're in jail. The way jail is treated here is not how jail should be, you know? I wouldn't wish jail upon anyone.
Yeah, it's not a...
No matter what you did, you killed my mom. You're not supposed to be in a fucking room, become a worse person. That's how you become literally, like, you're evil already. You stay alone with yourself with no therapy, with no anything. It just doesn't work out. Like it.
But yeah,
so no hope to get better.
Yeah, and they should be treated like human. The first step, most people lash out in society because they don't feel like they're part of the society. So voting will definitely help their case, whatever they're doing.
That's a good argument.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument you made about like how the voting system already is bad, like people already aren't making the best votes, picking the best people to be elected. So I don't think allowing people in prison to vote would have bad consequences.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a good argument. It's fair. Wind it up. What is that a reference to, Joe? All right.
I said I wouldn't do it, but I did it.
She was just on Dr. Phil. Did you see her? Did you see her winding up on Dr. Phil?
Yeah. And he's like, what do you...
So for people that don't know, this is a young woman with Tourette's on TikTok, and not to make fun of her, I think she has a good sense of humor as it is.
She posts those videos to raise awareness of this. This is what it's like, and she doesn't expect, a serious response. But Dr. Phil asked her like a really funny question about like, what are people supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. And what she said was to ignore it and work through it. I'm sorry.
Well, this is me working through it.
Yeah, and even Dr. Phil, she's like kind of having, a couple tics while he's like trying to talk through it, and he was distracted.
Yeah.
I'm just not the type of person where I can just ignore like
the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. Like us wearing beautiful suits and looking great for you guys. I just couldn't ignore that. Yeah. I couldn't just continue a conversation.
No.
Like if she was my friend,
wind it up.
Yeah, like right there, I just stopped.
Yeah,
and I kind of like freaked out. I would have to. Okay, just helping you out.
Oh, thanks.
A little stumped on there. I would have to stop for a second and just go like almost like make a joke of it, and she would have to be the only way we could be friends if she was the type of person that was like so okay with that. Like knowing that we're friends, but I would have to make fun of her.
Wind it back down, baby.
Wind up. I'd be like, wind what up? Like I don't know. Like I would just like say something. Like I couldn't ignore it, and I couldn't just act like it wasn't happening. That's my like MO with any conversation.
Yeah.
Like someone says something, it's all over my face. Regardless. Okay, back to the prisoners. Great answers. Answers.
Yeah, most of them disagreed with us, but they were good answers.
They all disagree with us, but it's fine because they had their thought. I mean, their own opinion. They had a good point, like we discussed previously, about it's their constitutional right.
Yeah.
And there were some people that even said like there is a spectrum of crime, right? There is like petty, let's say, or small crime, misdemeanor type stuff, right? Like maybe a drug offense, like weed, right? Like like we're really gonna like really put some guy down because he has a bag of weed on him, right?
Not in Massachusetts, but
yes, true. So it's like they said like with smaller crimes, no, but with felonies, yes.
Yeah.
So they kind of like chose a dividing line based on the certain crime they were found guilty of.
It would be hard to split that up, though. I feel like.
In a real world.
Everybody with the misdemeanor, follow me. We're gonna give you pencils and a piece of paper. Everyone who has felonies, stay in your cell.
You get 10 conjugal visits. Like I mean, God, wouldn't that be the first thing if you were trying to get like people's votes in prison? Because that would be the one thing if I was in prison, I'd be thinking of when's my next conjugal.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. That has to be one of the best things about like prison. Come What?
Yeah, I guess.
Besides the cigarettes that you get when you trade like a homemade knife, I don't know. I'm going off no knowledge of prison. I'm just thinking you're there all the time with women.
Well, there's nothing good about prison.
No.
But
there has to be a best part to it, and for me, I think that would be it. Maybe the piece of cake on my birthday. I don't know. I don't know what else it could be. I've heard stories in prison that they make their own alcohol.
They do, bro.
They ferment down alcohol, and it must taste like shit, but just to get drunk. I mean, look at us. We're sitting here enjoying a beverage, and we also haven't done anything illegal. At least haven't gotten caught doing anything illegal.
Right. That's a key word there.
And so, limewire.com, everybody, if you want some free music. And so it's I couldn't even imagine not just being able to go to the store and get like maybe a nice bottle of beer. Or
they're smart.
Yeah,
you know, they figure out ways to. I wouldn't be able to figure that out. I'd be like, somebody show me the recipe. You know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. They put like a bunch of fruit, like peels or something, in a bag or something like that.
Yes, and actually, I used to work in a kitchen. My first job when I was growing up, I was 16. And they actually did that themselves. The people there were a couple Hispanic guys that worked in the back, and they would ferment their own alcohol just for like fun, like an experiment and try it.
Yeah.
And it was not good, but they would like almost try to like make their own type of wine, similar to what you said with the fruit.
Yeah.
Just let it sit forever, and I'd go, "What is that?" And they go, "Don't touch it, gordito." They just call me gordito, and they would say, "Don't touch it. We're making some wine." I'm like, "All right, I'm not gonna touch it." Alfonso was one of the guys. He said he shot a cop that was on a horseback.
He shot a cop?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He said he was on horseback. He was bullying him as a kid, and then when he was about a teenager, he shot him.
Oh my God.
So
you ended up working with him.
Then ended up working with him. He's a good friend, actually. Yeah. So I think that's all we. I think that's all we got. I don't know.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Thank you everyone again for tuning in, for watching us, listening to us. Again, if you're listening to us on Google Podcasts, like my mom, or if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please just download Spotify. It's a free download. Do it. And it's free, and you can watch us. You can see the suits that Joe and I are wearing, and we're obviously not going to wear this every time. This is just to make a good first impression, like we said.
First impressions.
But, you can tune in, you can watch us. We're also going to post, like I said, again, to remind you guys that we're going to post this on YouTube and Rumble. So if you have either of those, you can tune in and watch us there as well. We're trying to reach you guys basically in the best way possible. It's going to be for viewing, listening, everything. Don't want to make this go any longer than we have to. Joe, any final thoughts? I know you usually have a little story for us, or a little fun fact.
So not today, but it's been hard trying to find like jokes that I can like say on here and that are like actually funny.
Joe,
that's been a struggle. But listen,
we can say anything on here.
No, I can't. My parents watch this.
Yes, I know, but Mr. and Mrs. O'Rourke, I'm sure they would understand that this is just business.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
like, I mean, you would lie in an interview, right? You can lie here. It doesn't have to be yourself.
All right.
Well, we're not going to lie, but...
No, this is what I was going to leave the audience with. If you have not seen this girl on TikTok, go check out her videos. Even if she's not trying to be funny.
Yeah, what's her? Do you know her
hysterical.
name?
Her name's Balin Dupree, something like that.
Dupree, okay.
Wind it up.
I'm sure if you look up "Wind It Up, Girl,"
she'll come up. Dr. Phil, wind it up, girl. Wind it up.
Wind it up. And I think we're gonna wind it down.
Wind it down.
I don't know what the hell we're doing. It's weird with the video already. Yeah. But we're gonna get there.
We're rocking with it.
I think we are, but I think it is a little weird because usually we look at each other. Now I'm trying to like look at you because we're having a conversation, but then look at the video. That's it. That's all we got.
Until next week. Episode 11 in the books.
Episode 11. Take care. Thanks again for listening, tuning in.
I've been in instances where in classroom participation, I raise my hand and say, 2 + 1's 3. And everybody in class will, 3, ha, ha.